Hello, guys. So, this is a conference I attended last year, the Five Love Languages Conference with Gary Chapman. And this is a question that was written anonymously and read out. And he answered the question. And I think it will be beneficial to a number of people. So, I saw this on my phone. I took a video recording, but I forgot to share it. So, that's what I'm doing now. So, guys, I hope it helps anybody that might need this help. And just drop me a like and a comment in the comment section. Thank you, guys. Bye.
I believe my marriage is over. Is there any way this can be turned around by applying the love languages?
Excellent question. I'll tell you what I've discovered. I'll just give you an example. It's better than just saying it. I was sitting in my office, and my assistant said, "There's a lady just came in out here that wants to see you." I said, "Well, I'm free, so I'll see her." So she came in. She said, "Dr. Chapman, I know you don't know me, and I don't know you. I've heard about you, but I don't know you. And I don't know why I'm here. I'm going to be honest with you. I've got an appointment downtown in 3 hours to see an attorney, and I'm going to file for divorce from my husband. And I don't know why I came in here, except that as I was driving by the church, something inside of me said, you should go in there and see Dr. Chapman." She said, "So I'm here, but I don't know why I'm here." I said, "Well, why don't you have a seat and share with me?" And she told me the story. It was a pretty sad story. Her husband was a mechanic. He worked full time. And out behind the house, he had a little mechanic shop. And every night after dinner, he'd go out there and work on people's cars at night. And she said, every night except Thursday. So on Thursday night, he goes out with his buddies and drinks. He said, doesn't get drunk, never has abused me physically or anything like that. She said, all day Saturday, he works out there in the garage. And on Sunday, he sleeps till noon. And then we have lunch, and then he watches TV all afternoon, the sports. She said, there's nothing going on between us at all. And she said, I just feel hopeless. And I said to her, she said, he expects me to have his clothes clean, he expects me to have meals for him, he expects me to have sex with him whenever he wants it, but nothing's coming back to me. And I said to her, I can understand how you want to get a divorce. Folks, don't ever preach to people when they tell you their pain. That's the time to weep with those who weep. And I said to her, if I were in your shoes, I'd probably feel exactly like you feel. And I would. If I had her personality and I interpreted things the way she did, I'd feel what she felt. I said, well, let me share a few things with you. And among other things, I shared the love language concept. And eventually I said, would you be willing to do a 6-month experiment with me? If you and I can sit here and figure out your husband's primary love language, would you be willing, with the help of God, to express love to him in his love language at least once a week for 6 months and just see what happens? I said, if you would be willing to take that challenge, I will meet with you every 3 weeks and kind of walk with you through the journey. She wasn't excited about it, but she said, well, maybe that's why I came in here. So she said, okay. So she went outside and called the attorney's office. And I heard what she said. She told her who she was, so I'm calling to cancel my appointment with the attorney this afternoon. But please keep my name on the list because I'll probably be back in 6 months. That's what she told me. But at least she was willing. So the first 3 weeks, he didn't have any response at all. The second 3 weeks, he said to her one night, what's going on with you? She said, what do you mean? He said, you've been awfully nice to me lately. And I don't know what's going on. She said, well, I'll just tell you the truth. I'm going over there to that church, and I'm trying to get some counseling to learn how to be a better wife. I knew something was going on, he said. Slammed the door and went outside. Didn't say anything for another 3 weeks. And then he said to her after dinner one night, I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's not going to work. She said, what do you mean? He said, you know what I mean. He said, it's just not going to work. She said, well, I told you what I'm doing. Didn't say anything for another 3 weeks or so. And then one night he said, I don't know why you keep on doing this. He said, it's not fair. What do you mean? He said, you know I don't deserve this. He said, I'm not much of a husband to you. I don't deserve this. And he said, it's just unfair what you're doing. She said, well, I told you what I'm doing. This went on. We were 4 months into this. And one night he said to her after dinner, anything I can do to help you before I go out to the shop? Wow. She said, well, if you like. And she told him something, and he did it. And after that, every week, at least one night after dinner, he'd say, anything I can do to help you before I go out to the shop? And she'd tell him he would do it every week. At the end of the 6 months, she said to me, Gary, if anyone had ever told me I would have love feelings for him again, I would have said it cannot happen. But she said, I do. He's doing everything I ask him to do. See, she was teaching him her love language once he decided to respond to her. Now, I cannot guarantee you